The sun peeked over the trees, casting a golden glow across the forest floor. The morning light filtered through the leaves, creating a mosaic of light and shadow. It was the start of a new day, full of promise and adventure. It was a beautiful morning. The leaves whispered in the gentle breeze, their soft rustling like a soothing melody. Birds chirped cheerfully, welcoming the new day with their songs. The forest was alive with the sounds of nature, a symphony of life. Benny Bunny woke up with a happy hop. He stretched his little legs and twitched his nose, feeling the excitement of the morning. The world outside his burrow was calling to him, and he couldn't wait to explore.
"Good morning, world!" Benny exclaimed, his voice full of joy. The forest seemed to respond to his greeting, the trees swaying gently as if waving back at him. Benny felt a sense of belonging, as if the forest was his friend.
Benny loved adventures. Every day was a new opportunity to discover something amazing. He imagined all the places he could go and the things he could see. His heart raced with excitement at the thought of the day's possibilities. He put on his little red boots, the ones that made him feel like a true explorer. They were his favorite, bright and sturdy, perfect for any adventure. With his boots on, Benny felt ready to take on the world. He was ready for a day of fun. He hopped down the path, eager to see what he could find. The forest was his playground, full of hidden treasures and secret paths. Benny's eyes sparkled with curiosity as he ventured deeper into the woods. What would Benny see today? He couldn't wait to find out. Maybe he would discover a new flower or meet a new friend. The possibilities were endless, and Benny was ready for whatever the day had in store. With a joyful heart and a spirit of adventure, Benny set off on his journey, ready to embrace the wonders of the world. Benny hopped and skipped through the trees. He heard a happy quacking sound. The forest was alive with the sounds of nature, from the rustling leaves to the chirping birds. Benny loved exploring the forest, and today he felt especially adventurous. He followed the sound, curious to see where it would lead him. The path was winding, and the trees seemed to whisper secrets as he passed by. Benny's heart raced with excitement. What could be making that delightful quacking noise? It was coming from a sparkling pond. Benny loved the water. The pond shimmered under the sunlight, creating a magical scene. Benny had always been fascinated by water, whether it was a small puddle or a vast ocean. The sight of the pond filled him with joy. He could see the ripples on the surface, and the reflection of the trees made it look like a painting. Benny took a deep breath, taking in the fresh, earthy scent of the forest, mixed with the cool, refreshing smell of the water. He peeked over a log to see. There were 5 little ducklings swimming. Benny's eyes widened with delight. The ducklings were so tiny and fluffy, paddling around energetically. They seemed to be having the time of their lives, splashing and playing in the water. Benny watched them closely, noticing how they followed each other in a neat little line. It was like a parade of cuteness. He couldn't help but smile at their antics. The ducklings' cheerful quacks filled the air, adding to the symphony of nature.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Benny counted each duckling carefully, pointing at them one by one. He loved counting, and this was the perfect opportunity to practice. The ducklings seemed to understand they were being counted as they quacked louder with each number. Benny felt a sense of accomplishment. Counting was fun, especially when it involved such adorable creatures. He wondered if there were more ducklings hiding somewhere.
They were following their mama duck. Then 3 more ducklings swam over from some reeds. Benny's excitement grew. The new ducklings joined the others, making the group even bigger. The mama duck quacked softly, guiding her little ones with care. Benny admired how the mama duck took care of her ducklings, ensuring they stayed together. It was a beautiful sight, and Benny felt lucky to witness it. The pond was now bustling with activity. and Benny couldn't wait to count the new arrivals. How many ducklings were there now? Let's count with Benny. Benny was eager to count the ducklings again. He knew this was a great way to practice his counting skills. He took a deep breath and started pointing at each duckling. The ducklings seemed to enjoy the attention, quacking happily as Benny counted. It was a fun game for both Benny and the ducklings. Benny felt proud of himself for being able to count so well. He was ready to find out the new total.
5 ducklings plus 3 more ducklings equals 8 ducklings, Benny exclaimed with joy. He had counted correctly. The 8 ducklings swam together, creating a beautiful, harmonious scene. Benny felt a sense of achievement. Counting with the ducklings was not only fun, but also educational. He realized how much he loved learning new things, especially when it involved nature. The ducklings continued to swim around, and Benny watched them with a big smile on his face.
Benny loved counting with his new friends. The experience at the pond had been wonderful. Benny knew he would always cherish this memory. He looked forward to more adventures and more counting games. Nature had so much to offer, and Benny was excited to explore it all. With his new friends, every day was a new opportunity to learn and have fun. Benny felt grateful for the beautiful day and the lovely ducklings that made it so special. He couldn't wait for his next adventure. Benny bounced on down the path. He heard a sad sound.
Oh dear.
It was Sammy Squirrel. He was trying to build a tree house, but the shapes wouldn't fit.
Don't worry, Sammy.
Benny helped Sammy with the shapes. A square went here, a triangle went there. Soon the tree house was finished.
Thank you, Benny.
Benny loved helping his friends. Benny hopped into a sunny meadow. Flowers bloomed everywhere. Red, yellow, purple, and blue. A ladybug landed on Benny's nose.
Let's dance.
Benny giggled. They twirled and swayed. Ladybug's spots were black as night. The sun was yellow like a lemon. Benny pointed out all the colors.
Learning colors is so much fun with Ladybug.
Learning colors was so much fun with Ladybug. The sun began to set. The sky turned a beautiful orange and purple. Benny yawned. He was getting sleepy. He saw Wise Owl perched on a branch.
Hoot hoot! Time for bed, little bunny.
Wise Owl knew all the secrets of a good night's sleep.
Close your eyes and count fluffy sheep.
Benny snuggled under a big oak tree. He closed his eyes and started counting. Benny was so sleepy, but how would he get home? Just then, a swing made of vines magically appeared, and it was lit by twinkling fireflies.
Wow!
Whispered Benny. He climbed onto the swing. The fireflies gently lifted him up, up, up into the night sky. Benny giggled as they flew him through the starry night. What a wonderful way to end his adventure. The fireflies flew Benny all the way back to his cozy burrow. Benny yawned again, feeling the gentle breeze of the night rustling through the trees. The forest was alive with the soft sounds of nocturnal creatures, creating a soothing lullaby that made Benny's eyelids grow heavier with each passing moment. He was so tired from his busy day. Benny had spent the entire day exploring the forest, hopping from one adventure to another. He had met new friends, discovered hidden paths, and even found a secret meadow filled with the most beautiful flowers he had ever seen. The memories of the day's adventures played like a gentle movie in his mind, making him feel both happy and sleepy. He snuggled into his bed of soft leaves. The leaves were so soft and warm they felt like a cozy blanket wrapping around him. Benny could hear the distant hoot of an owl and the soft rustling of leaves as the wind whispered through the trees. It was the perfect setting for a peaceful night's sleep.
Thank you for the fun day, he said softly, his voice barely above a whisper. Benny's heart was full of gratitude for all the wonderful friends he had made and the amazing experiences he had shared with them. He waved to the fireflies, who had been his guides and companions throughout the day.
He whispered to the fireflies. The fireflies glowed brightly, their lights twinkling like tiny stars in the dark forest. They seemed to understand Benny's gratitude and responded with a gentle flicker of their lights, creating a magical moment that Benny would cherish forever. They winked their lights and flew away. As the fireflies dispersed into the night, Benny felt a sense of calm wash over him. He watched them disappear into the darkness, their lights fading like distant stars. The forest seemed to grow quieter, as if it too was settling down for the night. Benny closed his eyes and remembered all the fun he had. He had counted ducklings, built a treehouse, and danced with Ladybug. What a wonderful feeling. Each memory brought a smile to his face and filled his heart with joy. As he drifted off to sleep, Benny knew that tomorrow would bring even more adventures and new friends to meet. With a contented sigh, he let the peacefulness of the forest lull him into a deep, restful sleep. Benny took a deep breath. He was sleepy and cozy. He started to hum a little tune. It was his goodnight song.
Sleepy eyes, little bunny, time to rest your head. Dream sweet dreams of adventures tucked in your cozy bed.
Benny's song drifted through the quiet forest. Benny's song made everyone sleepy. The trees swayed gently in the breeze. The stars twinkled brightly above. It was time for sleep. Close your eyes, little ones. Let Benny's song lull you to dreamland. Sleep tight and sweet dreams. The end.